Good morning once again. It's me, Israel Ledesma, your student teacher, and I'm going to discuss today the Module 4 Factors Affecting Cognitive Development. Cognitive development, it's said to compass both mental and emotional growth. There are many factors that could affect the progress of the cognitive development in children. To understand the children, we must work with the children in our families so that we could detect, assess, and minimize exposure to the detrimental factors and provide an environment, materials, and experiences that could promote cognitive development. And now, the factors affecting cognitive development of a child. One is the biological factors. It could affect cognitive development. The biological factors includes the conditions of our sense organ, our intelligence, heredity, maturation, and presence of genetic health problem. Now since we talk about sense organ, the sense organ are the point of entry of information that we receive from the environment. What are they? They are the ears, the senses, okay? The senses, our eyes. If we cannot see or if we cannot hear, it can affect the cognitive development of a child. So in our present time today, when we have this special ability of this special child or a child that need a special care through reading because they cannot see, they have this blind school, they have this mute school, so the school is integrated into several departments so that we can cater both of the circumstances and all of the problems from our biological structure so that the children could understand their lesson. And now, since organ also is the point of entry of knowledge, information, it receives what? The information from our environment. Now, second to the sense organ is the intelligence. It affects the cognitive development of the child. In terms of intelligence, there are some children that are high in IQ. There are some are low in IQ. For me, there's the quote like bobo and all. Walang bobo sa mundong ito while kanang living here on earth. But I think because of lack of materials in educating them, so there are some child or children na slow to learn because they did not focus also. Maybe that's one of the factors. But according to the book, intelligence is one of the important factors that can affect the cognitive development of a child. Usually, children born with higher intelligence learn things faster. Okay, these are the fast learner children. Children with a lower intelligence quotient may not be able to absorb concepts. Now, do you have any question regarding to this? Just drop your questions to our inbox in our GC. And now let's move forward to the heredity. Okay, so we have the sense organ, we have the intelligence, now the heredity. I believe that genetics play an important role in cognitive development, and intelligence is inherited from the parents. So, mga instances, or there are some instances that both parents are not that high in IQ, but their child is what? But their child is smart, famous, and maybe today, yes, because maybe during the mother conceived the child, she was exposed to the music, the classical music, to the reports and all, because intelligence is hereditary. It means if you're one of the son of Einstein, it is very impossible that you cannot understand mathematics. So your intelligence will differ, or the cognitive development of the child, it differs also to the heredity or the factors from your parents. Lisod pod og na bright imong parents, na principal, na maestro niya, ang iyang mga anak wala gatarong, no, and then dili pod makasabot. So it's kanang kuan gid siya, it's awkward and it's rare. Now after the heredity, we have this called the factors maturation. As we grow and mature, he or she matures cognitively. So it means dili pwede nga nagkatigulang ka, nagkabata imong buot. So while we are growing, nagamature pod our cognitive, our mental, our cognitive development also matures. At the same time, his or her motor development also continues, and the ability to interact. So maybe to those child nga na mga cases like Down syndrome, we can understand that their cognitive development is quite slow in the progress, or behind a few years, because of their special cases. However, if you are good, or if you didn't have that kind of rare cases, so it means that if we mature, we think also mature. Now next is play. Why should play is involved? Why do you think play is involved in our cognitive development? Because play, a child learns to play. That's good. As we observe, right? As we observe, children are fun on playing, because in playing, they can develop thinking skills. They can analyze and generalize the play, or this is one of the reason why the preschoolers, the teachers, engaging the lesson into play, so that they will able to learn in a fun way. So a child learns about the things around him or her through play. It will develop thinking skills, analyze, and generalization through exploration, experiment, trials, and errors. So let your children play in the ground so that they could learn. Now, next to that is the various stimuli, or the surroundings or the industry of the child. Whatever industry surrounds the child, it affects the cognitive development. Lisod pod, ang imong bata in the home is the both parents are exposed to music, and then ang bata dili makabalo og kanta. So that's a rare case. So the various stimuli, if your home is kanang full of educational materials, so it is impossible that your child were not engaging into that kind of habits to read books and others. So various stimuli, it explains here that it differs also to the environment of the child. That is one of the factors that could affect cognitive development. Next is sleep. Why do you think so? Sleep is very important. And nowadays, cell phones are rampant and always be on our side. And that's the reason why we tend to sleep late night. O sahay ganim, abot nag alas 2, alas 3. O diba? Why do you think sleep? Because sleep, it also allows time to progress information acquired during daytime. So wa mo kabantay nga sometimes our children kung matulog na gani kay magpitok-pitok ang mata, magkurkurog ang mata, then the hands or the arms are shaking, and then napay term sa Bisaya nga kanang bungawon nga magyaw-yaw bisag natulog. Okay, so that's one of the important why sleep also affects cognitive learning of the cognitive development of our children. And next to that is the stress. Okay, when we talk about stresses, there are some factors, negative stress. There are also positive stress. This stress can help them to focus, especially if they're taking a exam. They can focus to that specific time they're going to study. So stresses also are good kinds of stress. Example is meeting new people or preparing to take a test. These are healthy for cognitive development because they prepare and they cope for the future challenges. So importante gid pa di ang ma-stress, but not the negative stress, but the positive stress. Okay, we're almost done with our discussion. Next to that is the context. What is the context? Context, this is a term that we must expose our children or the child in context. Success in the real world context depends on how motivated you are and what your peers are doing. Dili siya pwede puro ra imaginary nga pangdula-dula. Puro ra mga Harry Potter, puro ra mga Tinkerbell. No. It should be in unsa man real world context. Nga makita gid niya the learning of the child tangible. It should be tangible and non-tangible. And dili pud siya maayo nga you're always wondering, unsa ka na dito. No, they need to see. To see is to believe for the children, so that they will able to adapt the real world context. So are we good? Yes, I think it's all clear that those things are the factors that could affect the cognitive development of a child. And for your assessment, and also for the assignment related to this report, I will just send it to our GC so everyone can answer. And please review this video if you have missed something regarding to our discussion. I hope you understand the lesson, and see you in the next video.